Hello and welcome to Health Talk. I'm Dr. Manny. NFL star Drew Brees is used to playing in hot and sticky conditions. The New Orleans quarterback has seen firsthand what exertional heat stroke, or EHS, can do to his teammates and young athletes. In fact, EHS is the third leading cause of sudden death in high school athletes. That's why he's teaming up with Eagle Pharmaceuticals and their campaign, The Heat Factor, to raise awareness. And he's going to explain all of this to us. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Great to be here.
So, for folks out there, let's explain what exactly exertional heat stroke is.
Sure. Well, this would be when summer coming around, hot environments for kids as they're outside engaging in activities or sports, and this is just the case of the body overheating, getting to an internal body temperature of 104 degrees or higher, which can cause serious organ damage and sometimes death.
Right.
And so, in order to prevent this serious illness, we're trying to drive the awareness as to the signs and symptoms of EHS and then how to combat that. We put together a great group of educational videos on heatfactor.com that will help document that for people.
You, as a professional football player, not only now, but coming up the ranks, did you ever come close to developing this type of problem?
Well, I wouldn't say I ever got to that point, but
Right.
I've certainly seen teammates get to that point. And I think the best way to identify that is when you see a teammate that is dizzy or acting confused or getting agitated. At times it could look like a concussion.
Right. So you become a little disoriented,
yes,
if you will.
Disoriented. It's very important to get them to a medical professional, and in many cases call 911 because that's a serious issue.
Are there risk factors involved in developing this problem while you're either playing or prepping for a game?
Well, I think a lot of it's, a lot of this is a product of the environment. Obviously, in the summertime, when it's hot, when it's humid, and kids are outside, kids aren't thinking about drinking water or cooling themselves off. I mean, they're just thinking about the activity, and especially in a competitive environment like sports, I think it's easier to get to that point unless you've got coaches, parents, teachers that are aware of, hey, how do we prevent it, but also how do we identify it, the signs and symptoms when we do see an athlete that might be, okay, they're showing the signs, let's get them immediate help.
So do you think that, especially in young athletes nowadays, you think we have to do a better job at educating not only the athletes, but also the amateur coaches, if you will, about all the potential things that could develop?
I think it's very important to educate
Right.
our coaches and PE teachers and parents especially. A recent study that we did was that 70% of parents don't know the signs or symptoms of an EHS emergency. Which when you're talking about all the sporting events that your kids will probably be involved in throughout
Right.
the course of their childhood, you certainly want to be aware of that kind of thing, so you prevent something terrible from happening. Because again, your body if your body ever hit that level of internal temperature,
all right,
serious risks.
Talk to me about, again, some of the symptoms. You mentioned being disoriented.
Yes.
What other symptoms could
So
there be?
be acting confused. It would be dizziness. Certainly if you were to faint or pass out as a result of it. Getting agitated. Again, these are you'd say just not normal behavior.
Right.
For teammates, there's plenty of times where I've seen a teammate acting a certain way, and I just know something's not right because I know how they would normally be acting, and I can pull them aside and help them.
And one of the things about the important medical aspect of it, and you mentioned it before, is getting immediate medical help, because you get to a temperature of 104, you start eliciting these signs and symptoms. But remember, heat continues to grow in the human body, so unless you do a massive cooling and hydration, which has to be done in a proper setting, you're going to get in trouble. Let's talk about the campaign. You started talking to me about the campaign. I love the campaign.
Yeah.
The Heat Factor, I love that name. What is it and what it entails?
Sure. So heatfactor.com, we've put together a bunch of educational videos just showing, hey, these are the signs and symptoms. This is how it could occur. It shows kind of a football scene with kids at practice, and all of a sudden there's a kid that you can tell it's very obvious that something's not right. They're acting confused. They're acting, it shows signs of dizziness, and we're able to jump in there and help. So that's really where we're driving people, to help educate them so that they can identify those signs and symptoms and get the kids' health.
All right, and the name of the website again?
Heatfactor.com.
All right, well, listen, important topic. You're the guy to do it because you're, greatest quarterback in American history as far as I'm concerned. So thank you so much because I think it's going to help a lot of kids and a lot of families.
Thank you.
And if you have a health question, tweet to Fox News Health. Until next time, I'm Dr. Manny.